Welcome to my Wednesday morning 7 a.m. training, and you know the drill. If you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. So hey, today you probably caught the topic. We're going to talk about 5 digestion do's and don'ts, because what most people don't understand is that most issues with digestion are completely resolved through grocery store understandings and through simple lifestyle tools and things that you can use that most people are completely unaware of because it's not spoken about. So today we're going to kind of dive into that stuff. So what's up, Auntie? Hey, Mark. So here's really the most important part. And the only way that I can truly help you the best that I'm able to do so is if you're open-minded. Because there may be some things that I discuss and some things that I share with you that may be a bit outside of your open box at the moment, and that's completely okay, because there's been times when I've gotten introduced to new information, I was like, come on, really? And after you kind of start digging into it, you get a little bit more research, you get a little bit more understanding, you start to realize things can be a bit different. The things that we may be functioning on as true are not necessarily true. So I'm really going to invite you just to be open-minded. I'm going to invite you to give me 1% of your trust and allow me to earn the other 99. And I only say that from the perspective of I've been blessed. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I started when I was 7. I'm 39. I'll be 40 in November. I've been blessed to have well over 100,000 hours wrapped up in this, which is a ton of time. And I never did it because I had to. I did it because I loved it and because I just enjoyed it and was passionate about it and just made sense for me. Whether I was doing it as a living or not, that doesn't matter. Now that's kind of what I do, and that's why I do these trainings, and I've started to do a few of them. On the days that I train on Mondays and Wednesdays, sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 of them. And I started doing a 7 a.m. to help a specific group of people, yourself, that may not catch my 7 o'clock at night training. So really, if this is your first time, just type first timer. If you're a veteran, just type veteran. I've got some special resources that I set up for you that are completely free that you can access immediately. All you get to do is go to that link above in my post. It'll take you back to our members area. You type the word digestion. That'll pull up all the digestive trainings that I have for you that I set aside for today. And also, too, if you are a first timer, we have some specific resources that we'd like to gift to you so you understand why we do what we do. And most importantly, how you can benefit from it and get the most out of your experience here with Chris and I at Think Great Lose Weight and Human Optimization. So if you're a first timer, just click on the link and type the word first timer or first time. Either one of those are fine. That'll get you back there. So the biggest thing that I request is this. The only way that I can truly help the most amount of people as possible is for you to share. There are people in your audiences that I would not be able to connect to otherwise, and the only way I would be able to do that is by you assisting me in that matter. And I'm not saying you're doing it for my account. You're doing it for people that are watching that you don't even know that are watching. You're doing it for people that are in the closet somewhere having an issue that they don't think there's light at the end of the tunnel, and they've had all this misconfuting information that just doesn't pan out. This is for those people. I've been in public so many different times where someone has approached me that I have no idea and have never met and said, dude, thank you so much for sharing what you do. So I do that for you and for the people that need the information that don't understand that it's available. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about point number 1. So today we're going to talk about some don'ts first. When I say don'ts, these are things that easy to do and easy not to do. And that's why I decided to coin it and to term it digestion, 5 digestion do's and don'ts. So let's go ahead and dig in. So right now, here's one of the easiest things that you can do that most people do and they have no idea it's creating an issue. And here's the thing. As we age and get older, a lot of the habits and things that we have when you're younger, they aren't going to impact you as much because your body's still prime. Your body can still handle a lot. Like, our bodies are intelligently designed by God himself. So they have huge capacities to undergo a lot of stress and still keep tucking to a certain point. All right, so today we're going to talk about a few things that you can actually do to help yourself be more efficient. And one of those things is this. I have a question for you. Are you currently drinking liquids while you eat your food? If you're currently drinking liquids while you eat your food, just type liquids in the comment section below, and let's get an idea of where you're at. Because here's something really important. This is very common. Most people do this. I used to do this. And one of the biggest issues is this. When we are drinking liquids, we literally are diluting our stomach acids and our stomach capabilities. So when you digest food, your body releases a 2.5 acid hydrochloric solution in your stomach to digest your foods. That literally could digest your hand if you got that acid on it. Now, the issue with that is if we're actually digesting foods and we're drinking liquids, most of the time, that liquid is not going to be a Coca-Cola or a soda, or it could be. That's a 2.5 acid solution, which is a big difference. What's up, Patricia? If you're drinking liquids and you're eating your food, you are diluting your stomach acids unknowingly until now, which is going to impair your digestion big time. It's one of those things where as we age, we hit about 30, 32, we lose about 20% of our hydrochloric acid. So a lot of the issues that are going around are due to lack of acids in our stomach. And one of the worst things you could do is take an antacid to eliminate all the acids being produced in your stomach. That is the worst thing you could do. That is terrible advice from a billion-dollar industry that is completely back-asswards. And let's just talk about that for a second, because I'm going to be Brian with you. I don't know how to be frank, which means I'm going to be straight with you and honest and give you the truth and let you make your own decisions. Currently, this is nuts. It's going to trip me out. I'm going to share it with you. Currently, between American Cancer Society, American Diabetic Society, and American Heart Association, the conglomeration of those three things equates to $1.5 trillion a year. Chew on that for a second. $1.5 trillion a year. Now, are you ready for some more interesting stuff? Of course you are. Did you know that 90% of most illnesses can be resolved, reversed, and avoided with lifestyle choices? Emotional well-being, number one. Nutrition choices, meditation habits, lifestyle choices, exercise choices, mindset choices, all of this stuff, 90% of that is avoidable. Most people don't know that. Matter of fact, did you know that? I'd like to hear your answer on that. What's up, Cordy? Welcome aboard, brother. I would like to know if you knew that. Did you know that 90% of these things are avoidable? And for those of you hopping aboard for your first time, just type first timer. Welcome aboard. For those of you looking to get the extra bonus resources that I've created for you, no email required, immediate access. All you got to do is hit the link above and just type the word digestion. If this is your first time, just hit the link above and type the word first timer or 1ST timer, and that will actually give you the resources that we have for you as a first timer to kind of get you acquainted to what we do and where we're at. And you can access a ton of information back there from our members area for free. If you're looking for free resources, we have over 500 of them, tons of them, more than you could possibly ever watch in your life. We encourage you to dig in. And now, if you're ready to speed up your results and you're tired of wasting your time, my 30-day challenge may be your next best bet. I've got about 2 spots left. That starts Monday. 30-day challenge is basically I help you do all of your stuff, from your nutrition to your mindset to your emotional stuff to your meditation, and give you group support in a small group setting for 30 days to help you rewire some habits. Extremely economical. If you're looking for fast results, that's the fastest way to go. If you're looking for free results, hit the link and type the word free, and that will actually access everything that you need to be successful from that perspective. And just know that we're here to help you out no matter where you're at. Just take action, period. Trust me and give me 1% of your trust. Just take action, and I assure you your life will change almost magically with the stuff that we share with you, because all we're doing is helping you to come back to the basics. We're helping you to master what God's already put on the planet, from understanding what foods do, how to work them, what understanding with what emotions are creating what issues. All the stuff I'm telling you about, Western medicine has no understanding about. They do not acknowledge what I'm sharing with you. To kind of give you a very staggering statistic, hey MJ, is this. What's up, Brandy Jim? Hey Warren. Here's a very staggering statistics. I'm going to encourage you to be open-minded to this, because this is not well-known information. Less than 6% of Western medicine physicians have a minimal of 3 nutrition hours. That's nothing. To kind of give you an idea, I've probably got 20,000 plus at this moment. In disease-specific, symptom-specific, nutrition-specific, like everything that you need is in front of your face. You just don't know that because it hasn't been taught. It's not taught in school. It's not passed down from family and lineage because it's not common knowledge. My intention and my outcome and my plan is to create it as common knowledge to help empower you to get back on track with what's actually available to you. What I'm inviting you to consider is there are things you can do right now from your grocery store that will dramatically impact your life when you understand what to do. And there's ways that we can help you do that. So let's go ahead and keep trucking. So here's the second thing. We talked a little bit about anti-acids. Let's just talk about them a bit more, because this is a billion-dollar industry. Hey, Sue. This is a billion-dollar industry that is completely unnecessary. All right, so think about this. If you eat foods and you're drinking liquids and you dilute your stomach acids, you're going to have indigestion. There's no way around it. And when you put antacids in your stomach, you're now deleting the stomach acids that digest your foods, which is not good. Because then you have putrefaction, you have gas buildup, you have septic issues to where you have more toxins floating around in your system. Ideally, when you're operating at your peak, you should be going to the restroom bowel movement-wise 2 to 3 to 4 times a day. That's how you know you're operating really clean. As you clean your diet up and as you clean up your lifestyle habits, that will change dramatically. Now, if you're having issues in that department, it's very important to understand that there is more than likely emotional components that have not been resolved for your emotional body. And what I'm going to invite you to consider is this. We're spiritual beings living a physical experience. When we break down, it happens because something happens emotionally first. Then that experience, issue, symptom, disease eventually shows up in your body. Where it shows up at will give us indication of what is actually operating. Whether it's anger, whether it's resentment, whether it's unforgiveness. All of this stuff is decodable. When you're scratching your nose and scratching your face, or you have skin irritations or pains or symptoms or something going on, that's decodable. That's information that's available to you to help you understand what your emotional body, your subconscious body is attempting to communicate to you. Does that make sense? Let's just touch base for a second, because I know there's a lot of newcomers on right now, and I welcome you. And it's very understand that I am not your traditional health person. I'm a human optimization expert. I understand the root issues of things that go on, from language patterns to stuttering patterns, to scratches, to itches, to how to take that information and tie it into nutrition, and how to take that information and plug it into your life at your speed to help you be successful. It's not common knowledge. Let's just check in for a second. So any questions so far? Hey, Ida. Hey, welcome, Michelle. Hey, Warren. What's up, Cordy, again? Is there any hey, Jessica, is there any questions that you have for me right this second? I'm going to just pause there for a second and let's just get on the same page, because the information I'm sharing with you is not common. This is more than likely probably some of the first times most of you have actually heard this information. And good morning. So while your questions are rolling in, if this is your first time, just type first timer. If you're a veteran, just type veteran. I have some extra resources for you that are bonuses to allow you to take your experience further. Here's all you get to do. Take action, click on the link that's in my post, and that's going to take you back to our members area. All you got to do at that point is, if you're looking for the digestive trainings that I've set up for you, full access trainings are full on. If you click on the link and you type the word digestion, it'll take you to the free links that I've set up for you for trainings. All right. If you're a first timer and you're looking for more information on why you may be here and what we can do to help you out to get more understanding of why we do what we do, click on the link and type the word first timer. That will access that information for you. If you're like, hey, Brian, I need some help. I'm tired of wasting my time. I'm on medications. My sleep is terrible. My relationships are terrible. My body is going down the crapper as fast as possible, and I'm not sure what to do. I can help. You get to be open-minded for that to happen without a doubt. And if you're looking to speed your results up, I have some options for you. No matter where you're at, if you're tight on finances, I have something for you. If you need free stuff, we have something for you. What's up, Monse Baez? If you have resources and things that you're really looking to dig into and collapse time, I have something for you. Just click on the link and just get back to that area. You'll see my 30-day challenge option. If you're looking for more information on that, we can gladly set up a time to chat to see if it's a good fit for you. No matter where you're at, if you're looking for free resources, we have more than you could possibly watch in your life. I'm not stingy about giving free information out if that's where you're at. I totally understand. Click on the link and type the word free, and that'll access all the free stuff that we have for you. So let's go ahead and dig in. What's up, Jose? Welcome aboard, brother. Where are you patching in from? Hey, Victoria. What's up, Randy Rhodes? Ida, how are you? Good to see you yesterday, Monse Baez. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this. So we're going to talk about bullet number 2. We're going to talk about your do's. We're talking about 5 digestion do's and don'ts. We just went through some of the don'ts. Now we're going to go through some of the do's. So welcome aboard, those of you that are just patching aboard. And I'm going to get pretty consistent about doing 7 a.m. trainings on Wednesdays and Mondays. So if you'd like to plug that into your schedule, I think that's a great opportunity for us to connect for a lot of people who are not around at 7 o'clock at night. I'm committed to getting back in and actually doing 7 o'clock trainings because I'm up at 4:30 most of the time, and if I can connect with you in the morning and get your head straight before you start your day, it's going to dramatically impact your life. But I'm going to share with you a bonus that's not on my notes right now. That's this. If you would have asked me about 2 days ago, Brian, what's the number one thing for human optimization? Meaning, how can I feel and function at my best? What's up, Ray? How can I feel and function at my best? I would tell you your one thing is going to be mastering your sleep. I still agree with that, yet here's the one thing that I had an aha to yesterday. So I've been doing some practicing with meditation. I've been meditating in the morning for 15, 20 minutes, and I've been meditating at night for 15 or 20 minutes. And for those of you who don't know, I love to get up in the middle of the night and eat unconsciously a lot and ruin all my progress that I do during the day, which means I have emotional things from my survival when I was growing up. So you understand, got punched in the face a few times, got picked on a lot, got beat up a few times, and I still had survival patterns operating in my brain. It's my part of my process, and I understand that. And until you're able to recognize these things as to why you do certain things, there is no changing them. Meditation is what allows you to go internally to understand these types of glitches. Okay, so the one thing that I would recommend if you're truly looking to be your best is this: meditation before you go to bed. Because here's what I'm going to invite you to consider. Listen to me now. When you go to sleep, your thinker, your conscious mind is out of the picture. It's not impacting you at all. It's asleep. However, your subconscious is doing its thing 24 hours a day, all day, every day. Now, if your subconscious has programs on it that aren't serving you, they're going to create habits in your conscious mind. They're going to create behaviors in your conscious mind the next morning when you wake up. On the flip side of that, as you recognize these behaviors, you recognize these patterns, and you consciously go back in and reprogram your subconscious before you go to sleep, while you're asleep, your subconscious is rewiring all of your thought patterns, all of your perceptions, all of your belief systems, which in turn shifts your behaviors, your actions, and your habits. Our perceptions of our life, meaning how we feel about experiences that we've had, is exactly what is creating your experience. Positive or negative. Hands down, you are not a victim. Do not believe that. That is crap. That leaves you in a position of, well, this happened to my parents and this happened to me, so I can't change it. That is false. That is fiction. That is a lie. Check out the book by Dr. Bruce Lipton. Matter of fact, I shared an interview. If you would like it, let me know, and I'll share the interview with you from Dr. Bruce Lipton, who actually talks about this. Disease is only accountable for 1% genetics. Contrary to that, it used to be known, and still is, massively, that we are a victim to our genes, which is not the truth. What I choose to share is the truth to help you understand why you may do certain things. And for those of you that are actually on my personal page up here, you may have better reception on my Think Great Lose Weight page down here. So let's go ahead and continue digging in, all right? So let's talk about some do's, okay? So meditation, that's a huge one. That's actually something that we cover in my 30-day challenge, where I help you to start integrating all this stuff to help you be the best version of yourself, because that's my only mission in life, is to empower you with the wisdom necessary that God's blessed me with from investing all this time into, to help you make fast, simple shifts. I'm talking about, it's not about making a 180-degree shift in your life. It's about how can I make a 1-degree shift here and a 1-degree shift here. But think about this. When you're on a plane, if you fly, if you make a 1-degree shift every few minutes, it'll dramatically change the destination of where you end up at. And when you don't change that perspective, it's going to dramatically impact the destination of where you end up at. And by the time you end up there, if you haven't been awake and you've been unconscious about it, when you get there, you're going to realize, well, this isn't what I was aiming for 5 years ago. Now, the key is, What happens if you don't make any changes today? What happens if you don't make any changes 1 year from now? Are you going to be happy with where you're at? What happens if you don't make any changes 5 years from now? Are you going to be happy with where you're at? More than likely not. And I'm asking you the same questions that I ask myself and I also ask my clients, because without that information, you're not going to have the incentive to make an adjustment and to take action in your well-being today. Because here's what I'm offering to you to consider. What's up, Mr. Charles? Good to see you, brother. Is this. I have not been sick in 27 years. Most people trip out on that. I'm like, look, your body is designed by God. I am not a healer. I empower you with the wisdom necessary to know the truth, and it's that sets you free. I'm not a healer at all. And I see miracles happen every day. I expect them humbly with the information that I'm sharing with you that is widely available to you, and we can support you with all of it. You just got to make a decision to take action. You get to make a decision to trust me, and just give me 1% of your trust. You can obviously see by the credibility and social credibility and the people that are in our influence that what we do works, and that our honest mission is to help you be the best version of yourself, to help you sleep better, to help you feel better, to help you function better, and most importantly, to help you understand if you're not loving yourself, what to do to get back to that point. Because we made a very valid point yesterday. We had a very detailed conversation yesterday. Someone asked me, Brian, what's the most important thing you could possibly do in your life? Are you ready? That's love yourself. If you don't, it's okay. I have totally been there myself. Unknowingly, I didn't know that I didn't. And when I look back on my life, the 10 or 12 years prior to that question being asked to me, I said, well, of course I don't love myself. Look, I almost killed myself 15 times, unconsciously. So, number one, if you don't love yourself, you're automatically off your mark. In Scripture, it talks about number two, love your neighbor as yourself, which infers you must love yourself first. If you're off on that one, you're off on everything, period. You're automatically set for self-sabotage. And there's no judgment. I love you. This is why I'm being honest with you. And the only way I can be honest with you is just to be honest and to share the truth with you and let you figure out what resonates with you. And if you're ready to take action, just go to the link. You can message me back from that area in our members area, and I'll gladly interact with you and figure out what to do to help you out. Just take action. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. If you don't make any changes and you wish and wonder about what's going on in your life, and you do more wishing and wondering than taking action, you're going to have issues. You're going to end up in the system. You're going to end up in a system that's designed to keep you in the system, not resolve your issues. It's designed to create more issues and keep your symptoms at bay while you're creating more issues. Unnecessary. I'm inviting you to consider there's a completely different way that doesn't resolve and doesn't have any of that. Period. That's it. I go to the doctor to get healthier, not for being ill. I don't get sick when people have the cold. I don't get sick when people have the flu. I hang around them all day. It's a mindset. You either believe it. As soon as you believe it, oh, well, I'm going to get sick. Well, guess what? Then you've already opened that door. That doesn't apply for me. I don't receive that information. And you have the same opportunity. What's up, Chacho? Robert Fuller. What's up, brother? I am drinking, good morning, Joyce. I am drinking Kangen water 9.5 restructured water, and I've got some liquid mint flavored chlorophyll in it that helps to give it a good flavor. It also helps to boost the oxygen content in my body, because chlorophyll is the blood of plants, which is what transports your red blood cells. So I really like it. If you're going to get it, Robert, and those of you that are choosing to take my advice and to try it out, I like it. Actually, I love it. It gives my water a little mini flavor. It's not very strong. I don't measure it out. I do about a 2-second pour. I like it really dark. And I find that if you're going to get it, there's multiple different ones. Get the one with the lowest amount of sodium. I don't think the sodium's necessary in it, and you can avoid it pretty easily with the right one. So, what's up, D. Gray? Hey, Audrey Nicole. So here's what I have for you right now. Just leave your questions here. I'm extremely active on Facebook. It doesn't matter whether I'm out of town, whether I'm traveling, working with clients, whatever I'm doing. Leave your comments below, and I will be gladly to answer them throughout the day. It's easy to get a hold of me. If you're really looking to get a hold of me and you got some questions, go to the link above in my post. Use the link. Type the word digestion or type the word first timer if you're looking to get more information on what we do, why we do it, and how we can help you out. That's the best way to go about doing it. I can access to you, and I can communicate with you all day from there. So just allow us to support you is the main thing. We have resources from free to tuition-based. If you're looking to speed your results up in class time, we have all of that. I consider this a one-stop shop. What's up, Trish? Just because of the amount of time we've invested in doing this and the amount of time that we've seen miracles happen consistently with well over 70,000 people myself. We've got about 80,000 people on our fan page now that's growing fast. and we're fixing to hit an exponential growth because we got some new stuff coming out. So I encourage you just to be open-minded. Give me 1% of your trust, and undoubtedly I will earn the other 99. What's up, D. Gray? So let's go ahead and talk about bullet number 2. All right, so we're talking about do's right now. So for those of you just hopping aboard for your first time, welcome aboard. You're in a great place. The best thing to do is just type first timer and make sure you get the free resources that we have for you by using the link above. No email required, immediate access, lots of fun stuff. And if you don't mind, the best way you can help me help others is just share my information. I promise you won't be embarrassed, and I assure you, you will save someone's life because of it. Hey, Stacy Lynn. What are your thoughts on detox? I think it's important. Victoria Corbin, too. First timer. What's up, Robert? Detox is important. I do a detox every day. My life is a detox, from sweating to drinking water to eating vegetables to eating clean foods. Your mind. Hey, Cynthia. Detox is important. Like, we are consistently in a world of toxins, and if you're not consistently taking action, you're going to consistently wonder why you don't feel great. Hey, Sue. My encouragement is to adopt a lifestyle of health and well-being. I, by no means, am saying you need to avoid your pizzas and your cupcakes, because guess what? I love them. I still eat them. The key is having them in balance, having structured reward meals, because when I say diet, that's a loose word for lifestyle for me. Diet is a lifestyle. I consistently measure my food. I toy around with fasting. I toy around with eating fruits and things like that. Right now I'm on a specific mission, so I have a professional doing my diet to help me tweak and dial down stuff. Yes, that's right. I have a professional doing my diet. I have high amounts of accountability in my life from business coaches and things like that to help me serve you at my best, because if you do not have accountability, you will fail. It's inevitable. Our mind is designed to keep us safe and secure, which means you're not going to push the envelope. You're not going to push yourself out of the box. You're not going to have people in and above your life that see the greatness in you, and they're going to challenge you to do that and to be able to be your best. And if that's the case, then you're not going to be living up to your fullest potential. And I know that all of you on here, you've already made that commitment by being here at 7:26 a.m. You've already committed to that prior to being on my training, so welcome aboard. Hey, Melinda. So let's talk about this a bit more. And for those of you who got more questions, just post them and I'll get back to you. And like I said, if you're looking for more information, hit the link above. That'll take you directly to our members area back there where you and I can communicate and you can ask me whatever questions. And I have resources already designed to help give you the tools and the information, the wisdom necessary to solve your questions and your problems. So that's the best way to get the information as fast as possible. It will also help you to make a choice on whether you're looking to move forward faster or whether you're looking to kind of stay back in the cut and watch videos and learn and just get acquainted with us. Totally fine. We support you wherever you're at, right? So bullet number 2, let's talk about do's of digestion, okay? Here's one thing that I would encourage you to do. And for those of you taking notes, this is a writer downer. Here's what I suggest. I'll get back to your question in a sec, Victoria. I suggest drinking anywhere from 12 to 16 to 18 ounces of water as soon as you get up. Here's why. When we go to sleep at night, when we breathe, if you wake up, I probably pee 2 or 3 times a night. More than likely, you may too. Hopefully, you've got a secret figured out that I haven't gotten yet. And I think that it's super important to rehydrate yourself immediately, because when we sleep, we expel water through carbon dioxide and other things to the tune of about 2 liters of water. Most people are dehydrated. This is one of the reasons why I drink a high-end water that I got 5 years ago that's restructured. I've got a machine in my house. It is by far the most powerful stuff I've ever enlisted into my health and well-being, hands down. I tell my clients if I ever had to give up all my gadgets like my essential oils, my biomat, my pendulum, the thing I use to help me be my best, my glasses that keep the blue lights out of my eyes, whatever that is, if I could only keep one of them, my water machine would be that thing. So love yourself. Put good foods in your body. It costs you way more money to be sick and to feel like doo-doo than it does to take care of yourself and put good foods in your body. You deserve the best. And until you agree with that and align with that, you're going to tolerate and accept everything less than that, which means you don't love yourself and you're going to sabotage yourself. Hands down. I'll gladly help you get to the bottom of that and uncover that if you choose to. Just message me like I said. Let's keep rolling. So here's what I'm going to encourage you to do as well. There are some little hacks and some little secrets that you can do, like putting lemon in there or putting lime in there or putting some apple cider vinegar. All of those are good ideas because those are alkalinizing agents that help your body pH levels to be a bit more efficient. Now, there's a lot of arguments and discussion around how alkaline water doesn't work and all that. And you know what? Here's the deal. I'm going to encourage you to start drinking water. I'm going to encourage you to watch putting toxins in your water. So if you're drinking tap water, I'm going to encourage you to make a new choice. Remember what I talked about 1 degree shifts? It's not about a 180 shift. Most people are not ready and not willing to be that drastic about it. If you can make a 1 degree shift throughout the day, like if you're not drinking water, you're drinking tea or sodas, maybe you cut that amount back down to half of that and you put water in there. Maybe you drink some spring water, some distilled water. Maybe you do this. Guess what? There's not a single human being on the planet that's the same. Information I give you may not be that great for you. It may be great for me. This is why when I work with people, sometimes it takes 2 weeks to a month to dial them down. We're not the same. I'm going to share with you information that I've seen to be successful, and I've seen that creates laws and is law-based information, which means it doesn't matter what you do. If you're breathing, this is applicable. Other than that, everything else is up in the air. That's why it's important to be open-minded with yourself, to be able to receive feedback, and being willing to implement and adjust. That's why our 30-day challenge works so well, because these are the tools and the things I help you to intertwine into your life during that 30-day stretch. And I'll be honest with you, miracles happen in seconds, not days. All right? So questions. If you got some questions, throw them up there real quick. I'll answer them real fast, and I'll dig back in. So a lot of people say different things about how much water we need to drink daily. What do you think is the healthiest amount? That's a great question. I don't really know the answer to that, because here's the deal. I sweat profusely. I could easily go through 2-3 gallons of water in a day and sweat out 5 gallons of water. So me and you, it's completely different. You get to figure out what works best for you. You can go to the 1 ounce per body weight. I always suggest that I suggest 1 gallon and 3/4 of a gallon, depending upon how big of a person you are. And most importantly, here's the deal. This is really important. Not all waters are absorbed the same. There are water molecules that do not absorb well because of the enlarged size of them. And there's also water like what I have, it's restructured. So if you think about this, the reason why I like my water, the alkalinity is great. That's not the prime reason why I prefer it. I prefer it because of the absorption rate's impeccable. If you think about this, if you take a handful of golf balls and you throw them through a chain link fence, you're probably going to get a few, right? If you take a handful of marbles and you throw them through the same fence, you're going to get a few more. Agreeable? Of course it is. It's logic. Now, if I hadn't seen this stuff happen for myself, I would tell you, you know what, Brian, I'm not necessarily into that just yet. I'm open-minded to that, because when I got a hold of the old water deal, I was a lot less open-minded. I was extremely skeptical. Extremely skeptical. Skeptical. And here's what happened. When I went to this lady's house, I was falling asleep in the passenger seat over to her house at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, dead tired. Walked into her house. She gave me a glass of water about this big from the machine. I took a sip. Count them. 1 second. When that water hit my mouth, my eyes went, and my brain turned on like someone just walked in my house and turned the light switch on and said, okay, I'm all ears. That is not normal. I did not have any stimulants. I did not have a meal with any carbohydrates or any foods to create an influx of energy or glycogen to my brain to where my brain would turn on that fast. It was because of the water and the absorption impact of the water. So when I drink my water, my tongue actually gets wet. Watch this. Unless you've actually had the experience, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But you do this when you get ready. When you drink your water right now, more than likely you probably have some water with you, so check it out. Take a sip and tell me if your throat or your mouth feels actually quenched, like you have water. You're less parched. Your tongue will actually get wet because the absorption level is impeccably different and faster. That's why I like the water that I have, period. And I don't give a shit who science says whatever. This is what my experience is. I've got data to prove it myself because I tracked all of it when I started it. I'm a geek like that. I'll track data. I track data weekly on what's going on. I'm not interested in theories or opinions. I'm interested in math and facts. So, there you have it. Oh, awesome. That's great. You know what's really interesting, Victoria? Let's have this conversation. What's up, Derek and Steve? Let's have this conversation because this is a conversation I've been toying around with my brain too. What's better, distilled water or spring water? And honestly, I get to brush up on my education about spring water. Here's what I will share with you about distilled water. If you have any heart disease, any plaque buildup, any issues with any mineral deposits of arthritis and things like that in your body, distilled water is arguably the way to go, because distilled water is like a blank disc. When you drink it, it pulls everything out with it, good and bad. You need to make sure you're having a high mineral diet, high enzyme diet, like eating raw vegetables and smoothies and things like that, and putting some mineral drops back in your water to help replenish your system. Because here's what I will share with you. When I go into the jungle with my coaches, we get high on lots of minerals and high vibration foods for a month before we go, because we're doing emotional work. If you're doing emotional work and you're looking to upgrade your emotional well-being through your consciousness, you have to have minerals that allow that electrical catalyst to shift and change. If not, you're not going to shift your thoughts. And here's the thing. You notice this, you can do your own research. A lot of our high-level thinkers like Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein were vegan and vegetarian. Now, I'll share with you this. You get to do your own experience. When I switch to vegan and vegetarian, my mindset changes. My body changes. The quality and type of thoughts that I have changes. Because when you change your food sources, you change your life. You change the energy and the physiology that's going on, that therefore changes the chemistry, and it changes where you operate at. Hands down. When I went over to doing fruits all by themselves, and when I was in boxing practice, before I switched over to fruits, and I got tired, I would be like, oh man, I'm going to get hit, I'm going to get hit, I'm going to get hit. Automatic thought process. When I was tired, that would be my survival mechanism. When I switched over to doing nothing but fruits and got into the same predicament with boxing practice, I said, okay, I'm tired, but that's fine. I'm still coherent, I'm still good, and I'm still ready to go. Dramatically different. I'm going to encourage you to experience with stuff just like I do. I'm highly interested in the fasting thing because I enjoy the convenience. I've been eating 6 meals a day for a long time, and honestly, it's a pain in the ass. And I'm committed to feeling and looking my best, and I know what's available to me, and until I get to that point and dial it down, then that's not going to happen. Hey, Nancy. So I'm in the process of consistently learning, consistently being open-minded, consistently dialing down information, dialing down feedback, dialing down mindset tricks and habits and things like that. So I'm constantly on a journey. So if you're around me, then there will be a lot of information. And obviously you can tell I'm talking super fast. That's because this is kind of where I'm at. So let's just pause for a second. Let's ask some questions. I was only typically going to go for about 30 minutes, yet I got a little bit more to discover and a little bit more to chat about with you to finish up so you have a full round. And then I'm going live again tonight at 7 p.m. and maybe 2 or 3. We'll see. So any questions so far? And Nikki, we're about to talk about your favorite. Hey, do you mind throwing up a little brief thing about your Good Belly experience? So here's what we're going to share right now. For those of you just hopping on board. One of the best things that you could possibly do to encourage and empower your digestive tract is to start taking